Hello to all my lovely Leos. Welcome to your reading for May 2022. This is a general reading for you, Leo. It's a reading for Leo's sun, rising and moon sign. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there that will be specific to you. Thank you, my lovely Leos, for your support, for commenting, sharing, liking, giving me a thumbs up on my videos. I appreciate your support. It helps me to bring more of these videos to you. As I'm meditating on your energy, my lovely Leo, I am getting that May is going to be for you a very busy month. I feel like it's busy on a social level, busy on a level that is connecting with others. There's a lot to do with groups. There's a lot to do with connections. For some of you, those connections are going to be a question for you. Are you connecting with others, or are you allowing friendships and connections to fall by the wayside? And that can very easily happen. We get so caught up in our routine, in our day-to-day, that we forget that to maintain connections requires effort, requires some sort of commitment as well to keep those connections sparking. So it is a month where connections are going to be very important. For some of you, the connections are there, and it's going to be a very busy, interactive month, social month, a lot to do with others, a lot to do with connections. Now, those connections for some of you may be through work, and for some of you it's on a personal note, on a personal level. It's about entering those connections as equals. So where there might be this need to compete, and that might come up in a work environment, go more with the flow of just making those connections, working as a team, working together, working on an equal basis. So that what I guess I'm saying is May is not a month for you to bring out your competitiveness, because I know it's there, Leo. That's what makes you Leo, which is not a bad thing, but May does not call for that sort of energy. So I've just drawn a card from I'll show you, my Archetypes deck. And that's just going to give me an overview. Now, the card that came out here for you is, funnily enough, the bridge. How appropriate to your channeled message is that? It's about building bridges. It's about building connections with others. It's about filling in that gap. And that's for some of you, getting back in touch with others, reconnecting on some level. But it's about building a bridge, building bridges. Now, those bridges can be built with forgiveness, repairing. There's a lot of connotations that come up with building bridges. I mean, you have a look at that. While it looks like mountains, they're hands. They're hands. It's that connection that's important in May for you, my lovely Leo. And that can be said on a global level too. Isn't that something that needs to be repaired? Something that needs that healing. We are all one humanity, are we not? So that is so multi-layered, so multi-layered. I'm going to read what that is for you. Here it is. Okay, let's read that, Leo. Let's see what it says. Here we go. My guides are playing with my face. They've been playing with my face all week. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up the otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced, it must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. So that absolutely affirms what your channeled message was about. I'm hearing that, Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I'm not going to sing it because I'll lose all my subscribers. But it's about the connection. It's about the bridges that are important for you, my lovely Leo. So that's a very powerful introduction to May for you. Building bridges, repairing bridges with love, not something that is forced, but there's fluidity and acceptance there. Connectedness, that's what's important for you in this month of May, my lovely Leo. This is your animal oracle, your animal totem. What is the animal totem for you for this month? It's just beautiful. You've got the horse, freedom. The horse, freedom, moving through that doorway. When you make that connection, when there's that connectedness, and if for you that's healing, that's a healing connectedness, a forgiveness, it's going to bring about healing. The horse is very, very spiritual. It's a very spiritual energy that comes with horse energy. It's a connection between this realm and the other, a connection between dimensions. Having freedom to, you just feel enlightened. I like that. I'm going to read what it says for horse energy, because I always like how this is explained and written for you. To be truly free, we must learn true independence. Trust yourself, as listening to people who may have other agendas is not the way to make clear decisions. So don't be swayed with other people's opinions of what you need to do with your connections and what you shouldn't be doing. Should, I hate that word. Individuation from our parents is a natural process. Although it is often fraught with difficulty on both sides, your true power resides in your ability to always know you have a choice and it is yours to make. And that sort of, connectedness, that energy is yours. It's your choice. That's free will. The horse magic. Horse magic is profoundly free and powerful. To ride a horse at full gallop is to experience a sacred bolt of the most primal liberty. When you are feeling trapped or small, expand your field by calling for their energy. There is also a long history in physical and mental healing with horse energy, and this can be used when you are ill or unstable. Horse energy invokes a calm and solid presence and can be used to quiet your spirit if you are feeling disturbed or uncertain. Horse magic is also an expression of trust. A powerful horse could go anywhere it wants, yet it is willing to be led. A person trusts the horse to be sure-footed, leap and run away from danger, while the horse trusts the human to be its partner, to not hinder, to take care of it, to guide it. It can be a very deep bond if you allow it to be. If you are ever doubting yourself or feeling trapped, engage some horsepower. Expand your field by calling for their energy. So isn't that wonderful? And that's also going to help with your healing and building of the bridges. My lovely Leo, I'm going to create your Celtic cross. Let's get more information. Let's get more about your month of May. Let's dig a little deeper. Although what has been channeled to you and what has come through is very, very powerful. It's very powerful energy. Wow. They're throwing cards at me here. Okay. It's about relationships. It's about relationships. It's about family. It's about building bonds, building connections. I really like that. Okay, let's have a look at what's come through for you. Okay, it is a month of, you've got the Lovers here. Now, the Lovers is about a relationship, absolutely, but it's also about family, friendships, soulmates, connections. So there's people, this is something that's been evolving. Have you made new connections? Are you in a new relationship? Is there some sort of karmic bond with someone that you've made in the past? But there's a strong connection around you. So if it's not with your significant other, or you've met someone that is quite significant in your life, it's about relationships in general, soulmates in general. When we move into May, you've got the Four of Wands. May is a month of opportunities for you, my lovely Leo. There's going to be choices for you to make, opportunities that are going to arise, opportunities to move forward, discover a new you, discover a new reality. Now, when you're healing situations or building bridges or making new connections, improving old connections, reconnecting, it's going to change your world. It's going to open up new possibilities and potentials in you because you're feeling more connection with others is important. That's all I can keep saying. They just keep saying that. The connections are really important. Connections are really important. For some of you, it's about leaving some situation in the past, something that's happened in the past that may have ruined a friendship or a family relationship or a partnership or a work environment or something it's about not dwelling on anything that's happened in the past that has upset you or disturbed you or you're having a hard time letting go of. It's time to release that. It's time to release that, let it go, because it's in that letting go that you can move forward. So what are you looking at? What are you dwelling on in the past? Is there a relationship that didn't work in the past and you're not moving away from that? You're judging everyone in your present according to your past experiences. It's time to look to the future because there is a future. You've got two upturned cups there. So there are opportunities there for you. Who's been retrenched or a business is sort of downsized or there is work coming for you. So there are opportunities coming for you. There is work coming for you. So don't dwell on what's happened in the past, but look at the opportunities that have opened up for you. I want to say, Leo, that whatever's happened in the past that hasn't gone the way you thought it would go, it's leading you to something better. There's new opportunities. There's a reason for that. It's pushing you to a better place. New opportunities are coming up. You're moving into something where you're reaching your true potential, be it a relationship, be it work, be it family, be it friendships, however that's wrapped for you. There's positive things that are going to come out of a difficult situation. I really like that. You have strength. Strength is your card. This represents Leo. This represents Leo. You do feel very strong. You do feel very confident. It's not about charging ahead and trampling everything in your path. It's about really being observant of what is being presented to you. So it's not about racing ahead, but it's about slowing things down, being observant of what's going on around you. You're going to be feeling very, very confident as well. And that brings around new opportunities as well. You're going to be feeling in control of the month of what's going on around you. You're not going to feel like things are happening out of your control. You're instigating anything that's going on in May. So if anything, anything that's happening, you've set the ball in motion, I want to say to you. And it's going to have, you're going to feel very, very confident about that, because it's going to open up new doors and opportunities, releasing the past. Releasing the past. You've also got the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords represents meditation, going for walks, getting rid of distractions, getting out of the humdrum of the everyday, finding some time for yourself. That's going to be very, very important in May, to refocus, to really recalibrate, to really think about what it is you're wanting and where you're moving, because things are changing for you in May. There's new opportunities coming up. There's a new direction coming for you in May, and it's about being centered and knowing what you're wanting, knowing what your outcome, what outcome you want. It's also a connection with spirit. So pay attention to your intuition, I want to say, Leo. That's going to really come into play here for you. But that break, that sort of time out, even just going for a walk in nature, it's going to create you're going to see things in a new perspective. You're going to understand things on a different, in a different way, which is going to be very, very good for you, because you've got the Sun. This again too is a Leo, a card that represents Leo. Whatever's going on in the beginning of May is going to have very positive consequences. If there are things that you're needing to release, to let go of, to move on from, then do that without resistance, because without resistance is going to create more positivity and more flow for you. If you're signing contracts, if you're going for a job interview, if you're starting a new relationship, if you're making a new commitment in a relationship, whatever it is you're doing in May, it's going to have very, very positive results. There's nothing standing in your way. So really, the way you design what's coming up for you in May is totally up to you. Have the courage to cast your net wide. Have your wish list. There are no limitations. But do that for yourself, not because there's a competitiveness there, not because you're competing with someone, but because you're self-contained. That's where this meditation comes in. It's about being self-contained. You sitting in your own strength, sitting in your own power, they're telling me here, is what's going to get you optimum success in May. Very, very good month. It's a month where you feel like you've achieved what you've wanted to achieve. Now, if that's happy family, happy home, children, marriage, commitment, then that's the way it's going to go. If it's as far as work goes, you feeling like you've achieved, you've come home, you've achieved some goals that you've set. There's some success there. You're feeling very secure and safe about commitments or goals that you've set, or things that you've achieved, or decisions that you've made. There is a feeling of emotional contentment, emotional balance in whatever your situation is, whatever it looks like. It brings that emotional balance. You've also got the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles here. So you do arrive where you think you're going to be from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. Anything you set, anything you want to achieve in the beginning of May, by the end of May, you will have achieved them. You will have created a new reality. You'll be in a very different mental space. You'll be in a very different reality, very different perspective of life, and it's very joyous. It's absolutely positive. Look at these cards. They're so positive. There's absolutely a fantastic outcome here. There's an absolute fantastic outcome. This card's in reverse, so I'll give it to you in reverse because that's what they're telling me to do. Any doubts you have, any fears you have, any distrust you have, it's going to be unfounded. That's in your head. That's how you're thinking. Don't create dramas or situations that aren't really there, because you are thinking, well, that's what's happened in the past. There's distrust about something, what's going on behind the scenes. That may be your thinking, your perspective. It's not reality, because you've got tremendously positive cards here. There's no one that can come near you with any deception or distrust. You're absolutely guided in a very positive way to move forward. It's important that you look at the way you're thinking, look at your thought processes, your perspective. Keep it positive, because there might be, what might come in here is some doubt about your ability, about what you can achieve, about your what's around you. That is very much the way you're thinking. It's not reality, because look at all that success that's shining down on you. The reality is that things are going your way, and moving from May to June, things are just going to get better. Things are just going to fall into place for you. I'm going to draw another card for you because they're telling me to, so I will. You're walking away from the old you. There's this birthing of a new you for June, a new way of thinking. Really, the caution here, forewarned is forearmed. The caution here is be very mindful of your self-talk by the end of May. Be very mindful of what you perceive. Is it reality, or is it just your fears and your doubts coming up to the surface? Don't create barriers, my lovely Leo. Don't create barriers. It's not about competing with anyone. It's about being self-contained, and what is it that you can achieve for your own personal satisfaction. The word they're giving me here. Well, I'm drawing a card from Divine Abundance, and they threw out 2 cards, so I'll give you those. Did you see those fly out? Well, that's interesting, because the first card you've got is freedom. What does horse energy say? Freedom. So it's about breaking those ties that bind you. And what binds you, what keeps you tied down, is your thoughts, is your perception. So it's time to change that, change your perception that binds you. Expectations you have of yourself. Find that freedom. That bird is flying free, like the horse rides free. I really like that. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Resentments. And that's what this is. This is a release of resentments. It's not there. You can release it. It's done. The next card you've got here is limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can cause anything and anyone. So it's about being free from the binds that keep you restricted, changing, and that's your thought process. Then we keep ourselves restricted. There's a tremendous energy coming through for you, Leo. I'm really feeling this real burst of this energy that's coming through. When you get this card of withdrawal, or you might need some time out, because I'm sort of this playing with my head. I'm just feeling this heaviness around my head. It's either a third eye activation or just real fatigue or tiredness. It's time to just, get rid of distractions and have some time for yourself here. That's going to be really important for you. They're showing me here in May. So make sure you take care of yourself, look after yourself, and really be in check with your thoughts, with your self-talk as well, because there's new connections, new bonds, new direction coming here for you in May. So I wish you love, light, and many blessings, my lovely Leo. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there.